Thomas Campaniello is currently part of Empoli FC, where he plays for the under-20s team. Since being in Empoli's youth teams, he has turned in some very eye-catching performances which have helped him to rise quickly through the ranks. In February of 2025, he would make the breakthrough to Empoli's first team and upon his debut became Empoli's youngest ever top-flight player. He has always played in age groups above his current age and has represented Italy at every level from under-15s to under-19s. After reading various scouting reports and watching numerous videos on Thomas Campaniello, it is clear to see that Empoli have a star in the making and are correct to have big faith in him despite his young age. It is also clear that he has some strengths and weaknesses to his game. One of his most positive traits is his positional sense. This helps him to be in the right places at the right times. He looks like a natural born finisher with his impressive shooting, and he's very good in the air with headed chances. The only real weakness in his game is down to his physical maturity. He isn't the strongest striker and sometimes can get outran for pace. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of Passion for FM, we can show you what Thomas Campaniello might look like if he were in the FM24 database, and this could also give us some clues as to what he may look like when FM26 is released later on in the year. Now, if you're the type of manager who loves to scout all of the latest Wonderkids in the Football Manager series, and you want to add hundreds of brand new real-world, real-life Wonderkids to your save games, you're going to need the Passion for FM Next Gen database. When you download the database from the link in the description, you will unlock hundreds of brand new real-world Wonderkids that you can scout, train and develop, and players like Thomas Campaniello will be available for you to add to your teams to see if you can develop them into true Wonderkids. Right then, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Thomas Campaniello. We're going to go 15 years into the future to see how his career turns out. But before we do that, Empoli fans, Italy fans and general fans of the channel, this is your call to get into the comment section down below. Let me know in the comment section, number one, have you heard of the player? Thomas Campaniello is a player that is going to be hitting the scene very, very soon. If you don't know the name by now, I'm pretty sure in the next couple of years you will see him alongside Francesco Camada and you'll start to know the name of Thomas Campaniello. Number two, let me know how you think he will get on in this simulation. Do you think he's going to hit the heights of being an elite Wonderkid? And if you have heard of the player, let me know what you think of him in real life. Do you think he's going to go on to hit the heights that everybody seems to think he will do? Whilst you're there, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Across the next coming weeks and months, there'll be plenty of videos like these added to the channel. We are on the hunt for the next gen of FM Wonderkids, and I think that in FM26 some of these have the potential to be real Wonderkids, so you're not going to want to miss out on any of the content that is coming to the channel. Right then, as I mentioned, we're going to take a look at Thomas Campaniello. We're going to go 15 years into the future. But for this video, I've tried to replicate everything to the current day. So I started a simulation off on the 1st of July 2024. That means that Campaniello is 16 years old and he starts the game in Empoli's under-18s team. Now, looking at his attributes, these are just estimations of what we think based on scouting reports and watching various videos. So there's a chance he could turn out to be a bit better or a bit worse in your save. But overall, we think he has the potential to go on to be a Wonderkid. Looking at his attributes at the start of this save, you can see that in the technicals, he has good dribbling, finishing, first touch, heading and technique. In the mentals, there is a lot of development to come, but anticipation, decisions, flair and off the ball are the standouts there. And in the physicals, he has good pace, acceleration and agility. Thomas Campaniello in real life has a lot of hype around him. We're going to hopefully see if he can hit the heights in this game as we go 15 years into the future. We have now reached the first checkpoint. We are 5 years into the future. That means it is 2029. Thomas Campaniello is still at Empoli. He's 21 years old. He has now moved up from Empoli's youth teams into their first team and has made the breakthrough, playing 15 times and scoring 2 goals. He has also registered 2 appearances for Italy's under-21s. The first thing that you might notice is that the player development isn't exactly off the charts. Instead of having a big explosion of development, he's moving along steadily. If we look at the first team appearances, that could probably be the cause. You would expect for him to be pushed a little bit further between the ages of 16 and 21, but only getting 15 first team appearances may explain his attributes. Looking at the attributes themselves, the technicals are still all about his dribbling, his first touch and his technique. In the mentals, there's a lot of development to go there too, but flair of 14, he has decisions of 12, anticipation of 12, leadership of 12 and off the ball of 13. And in the physicals, he has 14 for acceleration, 14 for pace, 15 agility and 12 for natural fitness. So, not much development in the first 5 years of his career, but I do feel that a lack of first team football could possibly be to blame. What will he look like in 5 more years? Is there going to be a big leap between the ages of 21 and 26? Let's jump forward 5 more years to find out. At the 10-year checkpoint, we have moved forwards to 2034, and we find Thomas Campaniello has swapped Empoli for Marseille in France. The player is now 26 years old, and that massive development boost that we thought was going to happen has finally arrived. At this point in his career, he has now played 160 games and scored 60 goals. He would leave Empoli with 88 first-team appearances, scoring 30 times, and since being in France, he has played 72 times, scoring 30 goals. Let's address the attributes. The big boost has come, as I said. Looking at the technicals now, dribbling of 16, finishing of 15, first touch of 16, heading of 17, and technique of 16. In the mentals, anticipation of 17, composure of 16, decisions of 17, leadership of 16, and off the ball of 18. In the physicals, there are massive steps forward. Acceleration of 17, pace of 17, agility of 19, stamina of 14 and balance of 14. Thomas Campaniello at the age of 26 is every defender's nightmare. Quick and strong and scores goals for fun. Marseille have got themselves an absolute steal at just £27 million. What's going to happen though in the next 5 years? Is there more development to come from Thomas Campaniello? We have now reached the final checkpoint. It's 15 years into the future. It's 2039, and we can see Thomas Campaniello has decided to exchange the white shirts of Marseille for the white shirts of Real Madrid. He's 31 years old, and across his career he now has 303 appearances and has scored 123 goals. And since joining Real Madrid in a £101 million move, he has played 141 times and scored 62 goals. He has also represented Italy 49 times and scored 30 times also. Looking at the player, we can see that there wasn't too much more development to come in the 5 years from 26 to 31, but he has polished some of the attributes that really do make him stand out as a striker. In terms of the technicals now, finishing of 17, first touch of 17, heading of 17, and technique of 17. Those attributes really will make him a complete forward and give him all the edge that he needs over defenders at the top level. In terms of the mentals, there are still a few weaknesses, but the standouts there include anticipation, composure, decisions, leadership and off the ball. And in the physicals, he has 16 for his acceleration, 16 for his pace, 19 for his agility, 13 natural fitness, 13 strength and 14 for stamina. So he really has fit the bill as a Wonderkid. Those initial 5 years of development between 16 and 21, I firmly believe were halted due to the fact that he didn't play too much first team football. As soon as he got that switch to Marseille, that boom in his stats really happened, and he took those steps forward you would expect from a player so young, who has got so much potential, certainly within the game. He has the media description here of an elite striker. Is 123 goals in 303 games elite quality? Not 100% sure, but once again, I think that if you can get him from Empoli at the start of a game and put him into your first team earlier, you might be able to extract more goals from him, because I don't think that he's probably really been utilised to the best of his ability in this save game. The simulation obviously sometimes favours young players, often it doesn't, but players like this who make the breakthrough and then move away from their initial club often go on to have good careers. And I think at the age of 31, he still has 3 or 4 years at the top end of his game. Could probably go on and improve those attributes and his statistics even more if he was to go through another couple of years. Let me know once again in the comments section down below. Are you excited by Thomas Campaniello in real life? If you have heard of the player, do you think he can reach what you see on the screen here? Do you think in terms of the simulation, if he was to get first team football, do you think there is even more to come from him? Let me know your thoughts down below. Also, whilst you're there, really don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There is going to be plenty of this type of content coming in the next weeks and months as we move towards the brand new game. Now, I know it's far away once again, but it will soon be here, and we are trying to predict some of the very best talents that could be in FM26. If you want this database so you can get players such as Thomas Campaniello into your save games, don't forget the link to that is in the description down below. But for this video, I'm going to start to wrap it up. A big thank you for spending your time to watch the video, and I hope to see you on another video very soon.